Here we go. First up, we have Tetris in My Bones by Christian Rogel, Katie Johnson, and Angel Gonzalez.
Good luck. You got this. Good luck. You guys want
Tetris in My Bones by Christian Kaden and Angel. Fallen blocks in perfect lines, shifting shapes in rhythm's time, each piece a puzzle piece of fleeting grace, a fleeting moment, finding place.
Splitting spaces one at a time, building order from the plan, but soon the screen begins to slowly climb. The mounts the challenge of the game rising.
A game of patience, skill, and fate, where every choice can shift the state. In the end, it all falls down, but still we play, chase the crown.
Each turn quest each drop of glance, a careful dance of fleeting glance. The L's, the T's, the I's, the O's, eventually stream of hope and fear.
A twist, a turn that blocks a line, but soon in the air blurs the line. What once was empty now feels confined, a tangled mess, a tangled mind.
Yeah, we still strive for every falling block. The next piece comes. We all have one. For the chaos, there's something clear. A moment of triumph will be found to fear. For every turn, there's a fall to beat, a steady rhythm, a pulse, a beat. The blocks will fall, but we still stand tall. In the endless game that challenges all.
Is that it? On to our second poem of the morning. My Strangely Striped Sentence by Maddie Barnes.
I'm Maddie Farnsworth, and this is my strangely striped sentence. I am a Homo sapien, also known as humans. Homo sapiens are classified mammals. They evolve a built-in need for the approval of others. They yearn for a sense of belonging, and I am no different. We use various words to describe ourselves and others, and we can issue proof to society that we are the best version of ourselves that anybody could ever be. I'm an adolescent female. I strive to be elegant. That's all I've ever wanted. I've been pretty, I've been cute, I've been beautiful, but I want to be elegant. I want to be cared for. I want somebody to look at me and feel something they've never felt before. I want them to notice the way my lip shrinks slightly to the side when I smirk. I want them to notice the little mole beneath my left shoulder. I want somebody somewhere where my ins and outs to have every single vein in my body and every single hair on my head and every single word I say carved into their memory. Instead of noticing my beauty, instead of noticing my hazel eyes, my uniquely shaped lips, my almond skin, my wavy brown hair, they notice every awful bit of me. If you look at me for too long, I become a Panthera tigris, also known as a tiger. The Panthera tigris is a classified mammal. Mammals all have a built-in need for the approval of others. They yearn for a sense of belonging, and I am no different. They don't use words to describe themselves, but they find their tribes and they stick with them. Even tigers strive to belong somewhere. I'm a Panthera tigris when you look at me because the pride of these clothes I wear and under the makeup I apply, I have many flaws and many stripes. Many people stare and many people ask if I'm alright, but I don't need that. I don't need condolences, I don't need to feel sorry for my own skin, and I don't need to feel sorry for my own existence. I need to feel elegant, I need to feel angelic. I need someone to see through these scars and see that although I have struggled and although I am weak, I am still beautiful and I can still be saved. On the surface I am human. One who looks at me, I become a tiger. This is my harsh reality because humans are mammals and use various words to describe ourselves and others. I can be a lion, I can be a panther, I can be a house cat. My stripes are now what people see me as and what I am recognized by. As unfortunate as this is, I need to live with my reality because either way I am a mammal. I'm a mammal who had trouble finding her tribe and had trouble finding her sense of belonging.
Next up, we have Self-Expression by Brooke Allen.
Hi, I'm Brooke Allen, and my poem is called forgotten how to express myself. I've been surrounded by all these social norms that everyone abides by as if there are rules we must follow. The clothes I wear, the activities I participate in, even my words I need to watch like a hawk. As soon as I do choose to express myself in such a slight way, I feel the eyes of others looking me up and down, giggling in their hands. Even being up here, saying my feelings, the thought makes my face shrink and glow all shades of red. We act as if we have agreed to drive others to fear our judgment rather than accepting them for who they are. I myself have been taught to fear my fears. Walking these halls as if I have judges surrounding me like sharks, inspecting my walk, my clothes, my face, my whole body playing as a neon billboard. I see the fear on other people's faces too, the same people we think are immune to this feeling. I see it on the faces of people who already express themselves. I can see regret in even trying. My feelings are no different from others. We have completed the cycle of doubt. But I want to express myself. I want to feel comfortable with who I feel that I am. I want to plaster all my interests on myself, inviting others to talk about theirs. I want people to feel like the free kid they used to be, the same kid who got excited when a game they liked was brought up, the same kid who felt proud about some stupid drawing and showed it to everyone they met. The kid that was able to dress in a fun outfit for their birthday and get compliments for it. And maybe I just want to feel that way. Maybe I was that kid getting excited about games and drawings, waking up to a pink and frilly birthday dress, treating that day like the most important day of the year. Never did I know that that excitement would end so soon. I now sit observing the snickering expressed when someone simply just walks into a room, the whispering in ears about someone that's just doing their homework. We are surrounded by all these social norms when all anyone wants to do is express themselves.
Next up, we have That Sister by Rachel Jones.
Hello, I'm Rachel, and my poem is That Sister. That sister that used to ignore your love when you were younger, but then all of a sudden she doesn't. That sister that you could never be next to in a car or restaurant because you fight if you did. That sister that would order you around when mom or dad were not in the room. That sister that lives at her boyfriend's family's house. That sister that got sick on your 15th birthday. That sister that has a boyfriend that you hate so fucking much that whenever you think about him, you get a headache because you hate him so much. That sister that is never home. That sister that all you wanted for Christmas was her. That sister that doesn't have a job. That sister that does not drive. That sister that didn't even come to see you when you came home from surgery, even if she promised. That sister that is the complete opposite of you. That sister with flaws and all, you love her very much. That sister is mine. My sister who loves Lego so much that our house is a Lego museum. My sister that yelled at the bus driver when he wouldn't let you off the bus when you were sick. My sister that even though she doesn't know what she's doing, she tries her best to help me. My sister that let me watch her play video games. My sister that looks like a monkey. My sister that keeps me awake at night playing video games because our walls are paper thin. My sister who I looked up to. My sister that whenever we were asked what we wanted to eat, I'll say the same thing as her. My sister that went to Six Flags with her friends and came back and showed me what she got. My sister who loves shows that have zombies. My sister who only likes 3 foods. My sister who loves me in her own way. My sister who has the breath of a dinosaur, but you don't say anything because you love her too much. My sister that had to retake Algebra 1. My sister who listens to indie music. That sister that didn't want to do anything in school. My sister that has beautiful chocolate brown hair. That sister who always wears her hair in a ponytail. My sister who likes broccoli like a weird man. That sister that wears the same hoodie every day. My sister who has social skills of a worm. That sister that never comes out of her cave of a room. My sister who is a night owl. That sister who sleeps all day. My sister who likes purple. That sister who is a town boy. My sister who I love. My sister is the most important human being to me. She was there for me when I was at my lowest, and she is the strangest person I know.
Let's continue on to our 5th poem of the morning. Heaven Needed You When I Needed You More by Nina Alvarez and Ruby Suarez.
I was 12 wanting to go back to when I was 4.
I was 4 going to school. Seeing this 12-year-old girl try a lot of things.
Going to school after not coming back is hard. Seeing your friends and teachers and going home to what feels like an empty house. I want to go back to when I was 4.
I was following into summer with no mother.
No mama, no mama.
Car accidents are terrible, but seeing your own mother die is worse. Holding her with no mother, no mama,
No one to call on, I cried. My mother always told me, Nina, ¿dónde las pilas? Get your act together. But I never listened. Touching my mother's cold skin and seeing her lay lifeless on the hospital bed made me remember all the times that I made her mad. But now all I do is make my father mad, and he tells me, Nina, ¿dónde las pilas? But this time, I feel
regret. Regret for my grandmother.
my abuela, my mom.
I have to take care of me for someone else's fault. My mother's both parents that helped me throughout these years of passing. I don't know where I would have gone if my grandparents hadn't taken me in at such a young age, not knowing much of the world, and how cool it can be. Growing up to be 16 and seeing this 15-year-old girl try a lot of tragedy.
And how going to school and coming back to an empty house when you're not going to see that smile, hear that laugh, the warm food that will be waiting for you after a long day at school. All the things that you are so used to hearing and seeing are all gone without you having to say a word choice. And thanks to my mother, my mama, my mom, that I have become the person I am today. Thank you, Ma, for teaching me the little you did about this world and how cool it can be. I love you, Ma. Thank you. And Nina.
Next up, we have See What's Beneath by Izzy Thompson.
Hi, I'm Izzy Townsend, and my home is See What's Beneath. There once was a dog who loved to play. She would play and play all day, every day. She had a cute collar with a cute little bow. Let me tell you something that dog doesn't know. That dog had an owner as pretty as day. Her pretty brown hair never got in the way. Always wearing the cutest sunglasses, while in her car going through her college classes. Sitting next to that pretty girl was her best friend in the whole world. Her best friend had pretty long hair, hair that stayed pretty even in humid air. But did you notice how I described them? No personalities, just the looks upon them? What if that pretty girl was a bully to others? Would you stand up in her face, or would you like her? Personalities are a big part of people. A personality can tell you what a person is like. Are they nice like the man who helped the grandma with her groceries, or are they mean like the girl who bullies others to lift herself up? What is your personality? Do people think you are nice, mean, strict, or mean? Personalities are a big part of people, but looks are considered boring. If you see an ugly duckling, I bet you would walk away chuckling. But why walk away if the duckling is nice and willing to stay? What if the quiet boy in class has a heart of gold, but most of his stories has stayed untold? If you give him a second and a chance, he might just be better than his big friends. A
than they often are, but some people know to judge by heart. They look deeper than the surface and often find a new friend or two that stay for the hard times. So the moral of the story is to look at me. Even that puppy still has friends to me. The pretty girl and her best friend may stay friends and stay young, but we will never really know because we have to make friends and enemies of our own.
Let's move on to our next one. Space by Chloe Ariane.
Hi, my name is Chloe Ariane, and my poem is about space. The many issues and secrets of the blue radiant sky that it's occasionally painted in clusters of cotton candy-like clouds, sworn to secrecy. The glimmering golden glow of the dawn fills the skies of the world, turning the grass a soft green. As the morning approaches, the earth spins, dewdrops drip from each individually freshly kept wing. After they are all different from one another, those clusters of clouds carry secrets. They are sworn to secrecy. No, really, I mean it. Clouds have words they wish to tell you, but there are days when you stand, ponder, and wonder what's next. The skies of the world tell the clouds gossip. They then tell you. A message is relayed, and that message will fall into millions of intricately placed drops of rain. The clouds are forming now. The skies lie to them. The tides of the oceans begin to rise, thrashing and fluttering up and down the soft flap of a butterfly's wings. Or perhaps I'm too delusional to see how it all just turns into a hurricane. The great gloomy sands of the beach linger. I heard the crackle and boom. It's obvious. Now it's even more obvious. The wrath of the storm makes its presence known. It will be okay. It's important not to dwell in the past. But obviously don't drown in a hurricane. Alright, back to a more tranquil place, friends. Clouds. Alright, listen, clouds. They can defend their friends as they wish. Clouds have much more power than you believe. The golden glimmering sun, the powerful sun of our solar system is swept up behind a smooth blanket of clouds, keeping the sun's wise words and warmth and golden gleam all to themselves. The clouds are infinite. They form our solar system in bright, flashy colors. Each is unique and different. None will be the same. Not all the same colors work for some, however. All the little stars and clouds out there, unique and beautiful, beautifully shining like diamonds when they catch a glimpse of light. That light is hope. This is all paint strokes from the paintbrush, created by the universe's path that was chosen for you. The clouds help nurture and care for stars they find their friends, and they form a nebula. Each star is cared for and unique, creating the beautiful, relaxing haze of purples, greens, violets, and pinks. And oh, those deep blues. All the colors are beautiful and privileged. Together, each star paints an even more beautiful picture. When the clouds are covering and glimmering in the moonlight of the sky, you can stare up into the ocean of twinkling lights. You built this for yourself. You'll make it work. On those clear nights, I promise you, you'll see all of the beautiful features of each so absolutely, gorgeously, elegantly placed by nature's delicate hand. When the haze of those clouds isn't covering the sky, it reminds me. Let it remind you also. Everything is possible. Clouds can form everywhere. There will always be rough patches with storms and shocking new beginnings. It's all going to be okay. You'll get your clear sky soon. I promise you. That is why I can say proudly, nothing is forever. And when those clouds are fogging your head, go for it. They will listen, I promise. That is why I love space.
Hey, let's bring that same energy for our next presenter, The Tones by Javier Romero.
Hey, you're quiet. Thank you.
My name is Javier, this is my friend Miguel, and I already spoke in Spanish, but it's going to be in English already. Yeah. En el mundo de la música, en el mundo de la música resuena en el cielo y la voz es el gran instrumento dándole cuerpo a cada nota. Los relatos de las trompetas brillan como el fuego y los pájaros vuelan a la velocidad del viento. Los peces contra la corriente del mar y los animales en la tierra siguen el sonido de las nubes. Las serpientes ríen con la desintegración de la tierra. Las plantas y los árboles se tienen un rojo intenso y las rosas tienen un rojo sangre palpitante. Los girasoles brillan como reflejando el sol, todo al ritmo del frío musical que surge del cielo de celestial manera. Gracias.
Let's move on to the next one. The Dark Side by Breathe Cancer.
Hi, my name is Brady Cassidy, and this is The Dark Side. In the dim-lit corners of love's embrace lies a shadowed tale, a hidden face, where promises whispered in a quiet night turn to chains that bind out of sight. In the shadows of love, where the light should gleam, lies a tale of hearts torn at the seam. Promises whispered, sweet as a dream, turn to echoes of pain, a silent scream. Once there was laughter, pure and free, now silenced by fear, unable to flee. Eyes that sparkled with dreams untold, now dimmed by tears, hearts grown cold. She whispered love like a sweet refrain, but her hands spoke a language of pain. A touch meant to comfort, now a sting, a cruel reminder of a broken man. I wore her love like a heavy shroud, hiding bruises beneath a silent cloud. My voice once strong, now barely a sigh, caught in the web of her deceitful lie. She painted my world with shades of gray, convincing me this was the only way. That love was sacrifice, pain was proof, a bond unbreakable, a bitter truth. Yet in the depths of my shattered soul, a spark remained, a glimmer of the whole, a whisper of strength, a call to rise, to break free from the chains, to realize. Love is not a prison nor a cage, it should lift you up, not fuel your rage. It's a gentle touch, a caring hand, not a force that makes you a stand. She controlled my world with a grip so tight, turning day into darkness, stealing her light. Promises broken, dreams turned to dust, and a love that's my prison, built on mistrust. I gathered my courage piece by piece, determined to find my own release. With every step, I shed the past, embracing the future, free at last. But in the darkness, a spark remains, a whisper of strength through the pain. For every heart that's been restrained, there's a dawn that breaks, a freedom gained. My story a beacon, a guiding light for those trapped in the endless night. To know that love is meant to heal, not to break or to make you kneel. Rise from the ashes, let your spirit roar. Spread the chains, walk through the door. For love should heal, never implore, a heart to suffer forevermore.
Our next poem, Childhood Conditioning by Ray Richard.
You got this.
The novelist told me the boys need he likes. The words look innocent at first, they call their emotions coming on themselves from their shoulders. The novelist warned me never to have the urge to snuggle back because eventually feels start to hold me. But it seemed harmless at first. If the boys need he likes, pulling ponytails hurts pulling strings, then calling kids for being the young age, you don't say no, or not force a laugh. Is it still harmless? Still innocent? As a little girl, I was always told to treat everyone with kindness and respect, treat everyone the way they want to be treated. But if the boys mean he likes me, this doesn't seem fair. Does anyone ask why, or would instead just ask her what she's wearing? He didn't mean it, he didn't mean harm, how could it be? Because if the boys mean he likes me, the cycle will repeat till laws are put in place, laws controlling the choices we make with our bodies, giving up our autonomy to work for a system not built for us, a system not offered to us. We fight to save innocent lives since a woman throughout her life, her innocence stolen, by boy, trying to be nice. Piece after piece, the breaks that mothers want little girls are take and take, till she left with nothing comes to offer, so they begin to peck out her eyes instead. If our loyalty is returned for cruelty, if our generosity is equal to dishonesty, if a boy's mean to you when he likes you, which is his feels like looking over your shoulder, looking for shadows, listening for footsteps approaching too close. It feels like fearing any drink left uncovered. It feels like the pepper spray fathers force their daughters to carry, because as a man, he knows the cost of a boy being nice. Because little boys and little girls are still being told that conditions to think, teaching those little girls how to just accept the cruelty, and little boys how to obey the penalty, because if everyone knows, the boys even nice. I can already hear the voices in the crowd saying, not all men, a simple excuse to excuse complex cruelty. Not all men, so it's your little girl, your sister, your mother. Will you then look them in the eye and say, the boys need light?
Next up is soccer. Take up the ball by Elijah Ford and Chris Longobardi.
Today, my name is Elijah Ford. Today, I'm playing soccer in ball. Today, we're playing soccer and we really want you to come. It's going to be super fun and easy, like playing on the giant playground where the only thing that matters is having a good time. You don't need to be a soccer expert or even know the rules, whether you've been kicking a ball for years or just your very first time. This game is for everyone. Think of it like stepping into a fun story where all you need to do is show up and enjoy the moment.
If you're feeling unsure, remember, hard part is first work connection, you know that you're a leader, but it's still give it a try and turn it into an amazing friendship. That's the energy we're going for, no pressure, no stress, just having fun. You don't have to be a great Ronaldo or know all the fancy tricks. The ball doesn't care how you hit it, as long as you try the game, go last, fun and cheering. It's more than just soccer, it's about relaxing and spending time with friends.
All you need is some water and stable coffee shoes for running and an amazing attitude. Picture to feel us a big stage where everyone get a chance to shine no matter how they play. The ball will move, the game will flow. And all you have to do is join in. It's not about being perfect, it's about having fun together like kids playing outside on the sunny afternoon.
So if your weekend feels a little boring, this is the perfect way to make it exciting. Come hang out and laugh and make some great memories. While we play soccer, it's not over. It's about enjoying the game and spending time together. This Saturday, we will go out and we will play a couple of sheets and cut the soccer court. We will run and compete with the fresh air and we will do some sport with the team. Your parents, friends, and teams cheering on. The circle field to play skater on the benches.
Next up, we have What Did I Do by Aaliyah Hortman and Haley Downey.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah,
I'm Haley.
and this is What Did I Do? What did I do?
What did I do when I was only 7 and you told me I was too fat even though I was already underweight?
What did I do when I was only 8 and you purposely tried to make me end up in the hospital?
What did I do when I was only 9 and you saw an opportunity to take advantage of me?
What did I do when I was only 10 and you pushed me down the stairs just to show everyone that I meant nothing to you?
What did I do when I was only 14 and you played me like you said you would do, saying, I won't do that to you, I care about you?
What did I do when I was only 15 and you tried to convince me that my best friend was a bad person just to manipulate me?
What did I do when I was only 15 and you didn't let me know his answer and tried to follow me home?
What did I do when I was only 16 and you pressured me into sneaking out even though I didn't want to? What did I do? Why is everyone asking what I did and not what they did? What did I do? Why is everyone putting the blame on me?
Why was I the only one involved?
What happened hearing both sides of the story?
What happened in not talking badly about people and trying to consider what's going on in their life?
Why doesn't anybody treat people the way they want to be treated anymore?
Why is everyone around us so abusive, but not in a joking way?
You think you're safe from their stares and judgment,
But the only time you feel safe is when you're enclosed in your own room.
but you just have to repeat the entire process again tomorrow.
You have to wear a smile on your face and act like their words don't bite.
It's like a storm that doesn't pass.
A song no one listens to.
Your voice is there, but it feels like no one cares to hear it. Their words cut like glass and knives.
Sharpened on whispers in the back of the classroom.
They hang in the air as thick as smoke.
They echo in your mind.
Long after the voices are gone, long after the hallway is empty.
Long after the bruises fade, but these bruises don't show.
They're not purple and blue. They don't swell or break skin. No, these words bury deep into the marrow of your bones.
Turning your mind into a battlefield where every reflection is an enemy.
The mirror becomes a jury, and you're always found guilty of being too much,
Too little.
too weird,
Too weak.
too different.
And suddenly, you're not you anymore. You're what they made you.
A joke, a target, a thing to be broken, and you start to believe them. But I guess you have to ask yourself, what did I do?
Because that's the only thing that matters.
Let's keep this train rolling. It Was Never Blank by Sarah's Wedding Coach.
Hi, I'm sorry, Sit up, fix your posture, switch your clothes. Please stop looking so hostile. The ideal must be achieved. Blend in. Learn to be a chameleon. You must stand out, but also not be nervous. Be better, but not by a white margin. If you're the best, you must be the worst. If you're nice, it must be a facade. Make sure you're as put together as can be. Never fall apart, lest you devalue your place in society. Evolve, but not to what you want to be. Be what you feel you must be. Mold yourself into an amalgamation of everyone's perception of you. Bend and break into the shape others want you to be. Not for happiness, for safety. From the hatred they spew for you and anyone that looks like you. Your existence and right to live is nothing more than a contested topic. The slate you were given was never a blank one. It had preconceived notions and ideas of what you must be, but if they are ever gently reminded of what is taking place, they will strike harder with their venom, with force less than ever necessary. In order to survive, become well adjusted to becoming so aware of what your existence represents to those around you. So you must live with their jeers, using words that are not their own under the guise of the past, so that they feel more comfortable and at peace with their prejudice. It isn't racist if you have a black friend. It isn't racist if it's a joke. It isn't if this, if that. You just don't want to come to terms with the fact that what you're doing is deplorable. If you claim to be a person of faith, do you think that the deity you serve will look upon you with love when all that you store in your heart and mind is hatred for those among you? If you think of yourself as amicable and respectful, that you have good morals, then why do these qualities not extend past what you don't understand? Rejecting and mocking history simply because you cannot relate, as if these glaring issues no longer exist because I am not in chains. The truth is that oppression twists and bends, changes his form, his story, in order to become harder to discern. Oppression begins with you, it ends with me, and it continues with us. It can yell or whisper, but it must not exist.
Break Round by Gunnar Ostrom and Travis Williams.
This is Brain Rot by Travis, Gunnar, and Brody. Most people get handed a freaking packet, yo, but we get talk face to face. TikTok and other social media is taking over. Just after an hour of scrolling, my brain feels like mush.
I went to Ohio, saw Sigma, Duke Dennis AMP there, working up the high cement, Vulcan rage, I show speed backflip, XXX Contatio Laura, what's a father, double backflip AI-generated images, phantom text, LeBron son, nonchalant threat at wine and John Ford. Expert viewing of graphic allegations, educated skirmishing, with uphold of the bridal bag. Costco guys, chicken bake, free cloud shred shitter. 5 big rooms for your brother from Turkish Quandale Legal. Rocket accident, slave world wheel.
Did that hurt your brain? Because it hurt mine. Did any of it make sense? Because it didn't to me. This brain off stuff is so stupid, it makes no sense at all. It corrupts social media and corrupts people with it. But it can be addicting, so why would it stop? Do people want to stop? Of course they do. It would be a dumb question. Do all people want to stop? No. It gives our generation and generations after ours a sense of humor. A sense of humor that we don't even understand. Memes on the internet used to make sense and have meaning. Now every meme that you see is a random word or video. A word or video that doesn't make sense. What we're trying to say is maybe life without social media could possibly be better. Maybe TikTok should have stayed there. Maybe the world would be a better place without it. There wouldn't be any weird things for people to say. Words should have meaning, but nowadays they don't. But of course it's the internet, so people have free speech.
Next up, social media. Martina Allen, Joey Fisher, and Hannibal Lopez.
I'm James, and this is our home social media. You get home from school and you go lay down. Now what? You just sit there? No. You end up in a spiral of doom scrolling. While tuning out the rest of the world and screwing with your attention span, causing you to do worse in school, causing you to fail and not succeed. Then you go home and get yelled at by your family because you're failing, which makes you go back to what you know best. Is that studying? No. It's sitting on your phone and scrolling endlessly, mindlessly, killing your brain.
Thinking abilities are disappearing. What went wrong in the day is you wonder you check Snapchat making sure your score is higher than everyone else's at the never-ending leaderboard. Your For You page is like a conveyor belt of garbage rotting your brain away. You say 5 minutes just to relax and blink about it, 15 minutes to lie. Then 30. You think to yourself, what am I doing wrong? Snapchat is a never-ending horde of chats and bitmojis that just sit there typing forever. It's selfies and stories over and over again like an infinite loop.
The scrolling still need dopamine, makes you sad. It makes you realize social media has pulled you in so far to the point where you stop caring about the world. One of these days, you'll wake up and realize there's a little 10 to 12-year-old kid inside everyone. That kid is you. You before your first one, you before your social media. And that kid is banging on the doors trying to get out and have freedom again. When you wake up, you will realize how much better life was when you were a kid. And social media wasn't the first thing you look at when you wake up. The last thing you look at before you go to sleep. But everyone can control and end it all with a few simple clicks that end in the words, delete.
Next, we have Blue by Bella Bots.
My name is Bella Bots and this is Glue. I've had anxiety since I can remember. The base of my life was built on depression. I had never really noticed it. The negativity would be trapped in the back of my head until that one fateful day it snuck into the front. Eyes start watering, lips start to tremble, hands begin to shake, walls close in. Not here, not now, please. My coach takes notice. Are you okay, she asks. I realize I don't really know. I've held on to the idea of new year, new me, but that isn't how it really works. Because my heart still aches when the past gets brought up, the fear of repetition fills my head, the tears I shed are burnt into my memory, the words I spoke etched into my brain, the footsteps of those who walked away carved into the sand. The world taunts me, teasing me with my dreams owned by other people, taking it for granted. I don't tell anyone what I go through. The darkness that invades like the dead of night goes unseen. Most people don't even notice this faded smile of mine. I've forgotten what the thrill of victory is like. Every battle I fight, it seems I lose. My shine has been hidden from others, including myself. On the journey to find this lost light, I find my shadow that escaped. My happiness, it's all an illusion, a mirage of who I used to be. It's all one big magic show. The trick can have you fooled for a very long time, but one visible string, one loose card, one wrong move, and the entire audience knows I am a fraud. My heart was broken, so I tried gluing it back together piece by piece. Yet ever so often, with every word that takes me right back, I can feel that glue start to wear down. I feel useless, unwanted, like rain on the 4th of July. I'm a dying fire, leaving only smoke behind. I'm a fading flame, but what's to blame? I constantly end up in unbearable pain. I've decided to start to love with my head, not my heart, even if it means my days always suffer from an endless rain. I realize Coach is still looking at me, waiting for an answer. Yes, I lied unconvincingly. One single tear drips down my face, which ends up triggering the flood. As I pace back and forth, I notice my reflection in the window. Disappointment. The girl that looks back is a stranger, her face colorless, yet bright red from the acid-like tears. That little lie was the breaking point of my makeshift heart. That one little lie. Not all types of glue are strong enough to handle what is inside. Neither am I.
All right, let's move on to the next one. True Art by Kate Siragusa.
Hi, my name is Kate Siragusa, and this is my poem, True Art. Passion lives in us like a beating heart. It plays the soul like a little heart. Passion can take many forms. Sometimes it keeps us nice and warm, making us feel seen when we feel torn. Passion is the fuel for the creative minds, inspiring art of all kinds. Painting, music, and writing, these arts help give us insight, helping us to understand each other and which the place we stand. Whether light or darkness, we all struggle. But a little passion can give us a struggle. Even if you're feeling fine, art can make you shine. The strokes of a painting, the beat of tunes, can pull us out of our tunes. Art can form bonds, making little communities that become strong. We can inspire reflection onto ourselves and onto others as well. Beyond any biases and transgressions, we can form connections. Some use their art to convey feelings. Others use their art to tell truths. They bring peace to the hurt and bring voice to the silent. Then saying that really leads to one question. What is true art? Isn't it the artists themselves? Not the music, but the musician. Not the painting, but the painter. Not the poem, but the poet. Mothers and daughters, fathers and sons. We're born into this world that is already eaten black and blue. We can learn to live. We learn to live with people that surround us. Talk like they did, and tune speak to the soul. Love like they do, like the beauty behind the brush. Humans are the true art. We grow and change, we destroy and create. We change each other with how we act and with what we say. Motivation is what leads to the unknown. We walk the path hoping the long walk will bring us to a happy ending. We all strive for something, praying that it won't all be for nothing. So with this life that we've been given, we should be driven to do the best with what we have. But isn't our lives true art? How we live can cause us work, and someone else's passion to be art.
Let's move on. Public Speaking by Dane Carney.
I'm Dane Carney, and this is my poem, Public Speaking. The staring eyes, expectation of something great from all the girls and guys of the thought of public speaking we all hate. The glares, the stares, the unwavering gaze, the fear-causing haze we speak. Wishing for means to an end, feeling weak. We're starting to blend readings of poem we don't want to know, a single mistake, mistake, carrying like ripples in a lake. To break away from a common theme, people will surely notice, reading to all like a one-man theater show, where I'm the clown at the circus. That any props or tricks reveal fly, you fall, when the same sorrowful story sets, yet always going on repeat. Now wait, surely there won't be more. Listening to me blab is such a bore. Next we stand or sit, not wanting to hear me read this bit, just wanting it over, wishing luck upon a clover. Take a moment to think just how great your poem must be. Just think about your strengths, the stress, how amazing you'll be. Now take a step back, reflect on the moment. We all know this is very important. What would you rather do than read a frontal? I doubt you want to read your page-and-a-half letter wall. Breadsticks or burgers, perhaps even turtles. It matters not what you wrote. Relax, breathe, and remove the lump from your throat. Now as we hit the last 10, believe you did well. I believe in you all. You'll do just swell. Take a deep breath. Let the stress all go. The anxiety situation is your only true foe. We approach the end. I thank you for your patience. Words finishing their blend. And this is my final sentence.
Our next slam poem is Presents, Presents, Presents by Lisa
I'm Gigi.
I'm Elise. This is Presents, Presents, Presents.
Lights are twinkling.
White, green, and red sparkles are glowing.
And it just so happens to be snowing.
The sky is so dark.
Yet everyone seems so bright.
On this cheerful night.
Putting out the cookies for old Saint Nick.
Hoping he will be on his way oh so quick.
Pine and cinnamon fill the air.
But we don't even care.
Because we want presents.
Knowing the magic of Santa will make our dreams come true.
Because we want presents and so do you.
Shut off the lights.
Lock all the doors.
Hard to sleep softly.
Knowing tomorrow won't be a bore.
Because we'll get presents. Mom and Dad put us to sleep.
Knowing that we will creep.
The clock strikes 12.
Hop out of bed.
So much is racing through our heads.
Faithful to catch Santa once and for all. Then take all his presents.
Open our eyes.
The time has come.
Awake all.
Awake everyone.
Our parents grumble.
Rush to make coffee before they crumble.
Tears for our elf.
Our memories were a cheer.
We count the days.
Until we see you next year.
Unless you mess up our presents. Then maybe you won't be here.
Keep baking the muffins.
Practically breaking the ovens.
Cherries, berries, and more.
Mom is stopping them from spilling all over the floor. Boom, boom, boom. Our brother must have smelled the food. Or maybe he just wants presents. Dad's got the garbage bag.
There's no time to lag.
Good golly, if only you'd seen our faces.
Don't hurry.
Everyone take your places.
Stockings filled with candies and stuffies up to the brim.
Thank you, Santa.
Oh, we're so thankful for him.
Eating M&M's, Skittles, Kisses, and more.
Shucks, now there's wrappers all over the floor.
But we don't care.
It's time to open presents.
We are so ready.
No longer in despair.
Boxes wrapped in shiny red paper.
Stacked under the tree.
And it's all for me.
It's for me too. Those are not all for you.
Tearing them open to see Shopkins, dolls, and Barbies.
We look out the corners of our eyes and find
a bright pink dream house looking at us like a dime.
So happy this could be a crime.
Nothing matters more.
Now we got the presents that all girls adore.
Months pass.
The time has come once again.
It's December 1st.
We got our pen.
Writing our list away with joy.
Wishing for every new toy.
Oh, and by the way,
we lost all our presents and we'll probably do it again next year.
Next up we have From One House to Another by Mr. Proxy, read by Zahar Sova.
Hello everyone, my name is Zahar Sova and I'm reading the poem by Nathan Pursuit. The poem's name is From One House to Another. We wanted to win, wishing for wings, a green card king. A cherry stay or go, my aunt in Illinois, her arms wide open. Our decision is no void. I left my country, my earth, my land. It started raining with a big noise. Only then I did feel it. The pain of my land is all outside. Getting there felt like a trip. A rest was just one step. There rode the skyline a new lens. But time whispered, the journey doesn't end. Language confused me, a maze I couldn't get out of. How are you? Stumbled from my lips. Lost in my mind's confused landscape. Every word was stark. Every sentence was difficult, but people help. Friends, do your best. Bit by bit, I learned something new. But Ukraine, I see you in a dream. Your skies, your rivers. I wanted to return just a week to see my family. Times fly fast, and so do we. But no matter the miles, you can part of me.
Next up, we have Fake Friends by Lupita Gonzalez and Angela Vasquez.
I can still see it, but it's so true. Behind the scenes, I saw right through. You told me don't worry about it, but it was better to talk about it. Try to gaslight me or reduce about it. Promises are made whenever it counts, and your love of life I love. Trust shattered as my heart was flooded. Your smile was bright, your heart was cold. You came in with your shining flag, but now it's mine. Glass eyes, all I do is rage, you feel so strange. You can't trust the circles you run. It was just a chapter in your right to the paragraph, a chapter in your right chapter on the land. Time passed past, everything was changed. Seeing just a little bit rage, as I don't feel it. I don't feel hate, I don't feel rage, I just feel strange.
All right, next up, we have Portrait of an Alien Mind by Riley Scott.
Hi guys, I'm Riley Scott, and I'm going to be reading my poem Portrait of an Alien Mind. Perfect. Perfect escape. The universe built the earth before the concept of perfect came into existence. Perfect exists nowhere. Even after the world's creation, it cannot be found within the stars in the sky, the grass in the ground, or within the lines of its poem. Lines. Lines of a life that once made thin, without a lifeline, to help me keep up with the perfect mind. The mind that is the universe molded by hand. The mighty Herculean mind. The mind of man. Mind. I try to mind the men who expect me to be perfect on a planet, but not for us, but for him. A planet of material, where problems are visual. An eye for an eye place. A tooth for a tooth place. Not a heart for a heart place. Not a mind for a mind place. A mind and a heart. My mind and heart. Growing up in a foreign place. Plagued by imperfection and infection. An infection, a plague. One I caught a dozen times. The kind where scars with welts, lumps, measles, and pox are etched onto your skin like a tattoo. The kind that weasels its way into every word you say, and it's impossible to become immune. Impossible. An impossible feat I've been destined to complete, to mold and meld within a cycle of people who are different, who think different, who know different, who shift into a different puzzle, just as I think I have the right piece. Shifting in my seat, trying to think of the perfect thing to say, to get my mind out to words, to get my patterns of thought on the paper, to give you a scope of me, and people who think like me. To give you a scope of us people who face the reality of being imperfect, dodging the invisible maze of laser lines within our minds and heart. A different breed, not a sick, infected alien breed, just a breed that's impossible for you to understand. Though it's not impossible to shift your understanding, because you've been here before. The perfect universe molded your mind by hand too. We're all aliens, with alien minds, floating on this extraterrestrial planet called Earth.
We have Standing Still by Kaden Schoenberg.
You got this. You got this.
My name is Kaden. My poem is Standing Still. You act the same as you did years ago. The way you treat people, your humor, the way you speak. It's like time never touched you, frozen in place. Clinging to old habits as a change might shatter you. A ghost of the person I once was, but no longer wish to be. You locked yourself in a mold, chasing the approval of fleeting faces, yet their gaze is fickle like the wind. You can't be your own trying to appease others, so you stand still, like a statue with a sculptor, chipping away at your essence, decaying until time brushes you into obscurity. To be gone, forgotten, is to be like everybody else, dissolving into the noise, another echo in the world of silence. But what is a life spent doing play again? The world needs a voice, not another shadow, lingering behind the masses. But to stand out and shine, to break free from the shadows, from the shackles that keep you in a cage, you must embrace the fear of being seen. Letting the light take new form, you dare to move, to speak boldly, to live deliberately. For only in embracing change can you truly leave a mark, not being another whisper lost in the void, but a flame spreading the light. You set the world on fire, not with rage, but with passion, and let your voice carry like thunder. Burn away the fear of judgment and expectation, for nothing grows in the shadows, the place you've been hiding all this time. Step into the light. Let the world see you for who you are, not who they want you to be. Every step forward leaves a trail for others to follow. Every ember of truth sparks something greater. A fire like yours was never meant to be contained. To live is to risk, to stumble and rise again even stronger. The fire within you isn't a weakness, but a power. Forge yourself in the heat of change. Shape a life that's yours, not borrowed from others. Let your light reach the farthest corners, a reminder that even one spark can ignite the dark. Be bold and refuse to fade, for the world remembers those who dare to shine.
Next up we have Teenagers by Maddie Lance and Maddie Jackson.
Hi, I'm Maddie Jackson.
And I'm Maddie Lance.
This is my poem, Teenagers.
Why are you so tired? You shouldn't be this tired.
They say you shouldn't be tired. They say you shouldn't be this exhausted at our age, claiming that we are in our youth and we should be engaged.
Yes, that is true, being in our youth, but we have many responsibilities too. Between work, school, sports, and chores, it feels like we are walking on a tightrope trying to balance out our lives. However, our work is constantly undermined because adults try to find something to dismiss our hard work.
They say,
Stop complaining, I have more responsibilities than you. Just wait until you're an adult too.
yes, we understand you have more responsibilities than us, like keeping food on the table, paying the bills, and taking care of us. We understand your responsibilities are more complex than ours. We just want someone to listen to us.
Parents have high expectations for our responsibilities when parents are supposed to be a source of stability. Instead, they belittle every mistake, having us balance so many things that someone so young shouldn't have to take. Having to do things the way they ask us to do them and being the scapegoat when things don't get by, no matter who is right or who is wrong, we are always wrong in someone's eye.
You're just a kid, your life isn't that hard. School shouldn't be that hard.
Stop being lazy and get your work done.
Feeling exhausted by the mental load, but getting dismissed because you don't know what it's like in the real world.
Those types of statements catch us off guard. Is it really that simple to have our feelings put to disregard?
Having teachers and coaches compare us to others, saying our work isn't to a certain degree, we're not how we used to be. Well, that was before the comments and society got to us and tore our reputations apart.
Managers say, you should stay longer because you need the experience. We need you to cover this closing shift. There's no choice in the matter if it'll just make us better, for that sense of not feeling hopeful sounds very dreadful.
Being the youngest in our workplace, it makes us be viewed as a waste of space, or just a pawn in a game of chess.
From all adults, many ask, why try and grow up so fast? We're expected to act like adults but are treated like children. Too old for fun, we might as well be dumb. Enjoy your youth, but then we claim we're just careless, trying to place a brick wall with this whole mess.
Teenagers just get labeled. There's no other thought in mind, not waiting for our responsibilities to shine. We all have potential within, if you just listen.
These supposed role models in our life say everything is our fault. What people say, how they relate, sadly nobody knows how much their words weigh. It's only an amount of time before we go astray. In the eyes of many, this is how teenagers are seen.
Give it up for our last group of the morning. Inequality and discrimination by Bianca Jimenez, Michael Ward, and Jeffrey Riley.
I'm Michael Warren.
And this is our goal of equality and discrimination. Imagine if that was your child not knowing what they did wrong, the child who doesn't know why it's wrong to do that. Ask her when someone's why they're hated for who they are for what feels right.
Why is your child scared to be different? Why is who they are as a person even wrong? All because of the color of their skin. All because you say it's wrong. It's wrong, yet it feels so right. It makes them feel at home. It's who they are.
So why is it that your child feels like they have to peel off every inch of their skin? Why does it feel like they have to hide who they are, lie about who they are? All because of human history, all because of inequality. Why does it feel so wrong to be happy, to feel at peace, and to feel alive?
Imagine if that was your kid wondering if they can make it another day, wondering if they're safe in school, asking why they can't cry, all because you say it's not cool. Discrimination. Whether it's your daughter's low-cut pink shirt or your son's stressing about work, everyone understands the feeling. Your mother, father, sibling, family, friends. Whether it's because of the color of their skin or your gender, inequality.
How's it working? Discrimination. Nothing has ever felt worse. Nothing can make someone so confused, as if they did something wrong, as if it was wrong for them to be born the way they are. Every group comment feels like a little prickling through the skin.
Discrimination. However, brothers not being able to cry, their fathers working all the time, all because society tells them they can't get stressed. A man can cry, but why? All because they need to stay strong, all because they were told to do it wrong, because they have to be a man.
Inequality. It hurts like hell, doesn't it? All because we're different. Inequality, privilege, discrimination, all because it can be validated. It's not fair, right? The pit in your stomach, all because you don't belong. People are dying, our history is crying, everyone's scared to let their guard down. All because society won't let them live in peace. This shit keeps people alive, why can't we see that? Nothing feels right anymore.
Your child is grown, and now this history will need to be passed on. The stories tell them to be fearful. The stories tell them they can't be free. Telling them they need to look over their shoulder. Inequality. Everyone knows it, yet everyone knows it.
Hey, before we get started, can we please give a round of applause for our sophomore English staff? Oh my goodness! The time and the care and the preparation that they have given you, I mean, it has really led to one of the best poetry slams I think we have ever had at this campus. There was a 0.5 difference between third place and first place. So it was, I mean, and the crowd favorite won by 0.1%. So legitimately one of the tightest races we have ever had as far as voting goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the crowd favorite, then we'll go 3, 2, 1. Does that work? Yeah. You don't have a choice at it. So, all right, here we go. Your 2025 Upper Campus Poetry Slam crowd favorite is. Can you like give me a drum roll or something? Your crowd favorite is Brain Rock. The difference between third and first was 0.5. Insane. Absolutely insane.
go, Dave.
In third place, we have public speaking. All right. In second place, we have standing still by Candace Silver. All right. And now, your 2025 Upper Campus Slam Poetry Champion with a perfect 10 out of 10 across the board. It was never blank. Give it up for our winners, my friends. All right. Let's get to it. Starting us off today, we have The Standard by Analia Beersing and Eva Smith.
You guys want me to move on to the podium or you have to move?
Hi, I'm Eva,
And I'm Alia.
and this is our poem, The Standard.
Never being able to get out of the body I'm stuck with. When I look at my body, it's a blur. Only seeing the imperfections, never the good.
I see what people don't. People say I look healthy, but they don't know what I've done.
Skipping breakfast because I don't have time, then just a snack for lunch. I'm not hungry, I say as I'm slightly faint.
Days and weeks go by, I see my body getting smaller. There's nothing wrong with me.
Yet I watch another meal go by. Why can't I be like her? She doesn't have to do what I'm doing.
How can she be so perfect?
Her hourglass figure,
Her button nose, her ocean blue eyes, and her long luscious hair, while I have a wide figure and belly rolls.
and a hoodie to cover them.
Fingers wrapped around my wrist, thinking if I deserve that meal.
My heart tells me yes.
But my brain says no. I stay in my room to avoid the temptation.
I look at my reflection.
All I see are imperfections.
I don't want to be mean. I don't want this body, not my big thighs or my pimples.
I step on the scale, feeling so frail, but I look like a whale. How can I be so fat
and flat at the same time?
Never being able to get out of the body I'm stuck with. So much hatred and frustration.
Knowing I'm only filled with starvation. I don't fit in the beauty standard.
I feel as if I'm a disgrace.
I disgust myself with all I'm doing.
Not being able to fit into place. Never being able to get out of the body I'm stuck with.
Our next poem is Love in Different Generations by Liliana Rasmussen and Hannah Weber.
Hi guys, I'm Hannah and
My name is Liliana.
and this is our poem
Love in Different Generations. Love is different from the past. We grow and change as does love. Love is easy and fast. They drop each other when push comes to shove. Love in older days was conveyed through music, like "Isn't she lovely?" and "My girl." They express how when they see each other, their hearts swirl. My grandparents tell me love was a dance, a slow waltz under a single light bulb, hands trembling with the weight of a touch. No algorithms, no TikTok, not a thing to interrupt. just eyes being from across the crowded room. They say old folks had it figured out, but the truth is they were living it, without a need for Wi-Fi to feel whole. Just the weight of a handshake, a promise made in the dark of night, and a future built on trust, not distance. Not a seen message, not a Snapchat story of look at me.
Compared to the new time, our generation is rude. Love stories are hard stories now. Social media kills love. Now, love's a quick fix. A tap, a scroll on a machine. Hearts double tap forgot as fast as they appear. When do we stop holding and start scrolling? When do we stop feeling and start swiping? They say commitment scares, that love's a four-letter word more fragile than glass. That shatter with one wrong word. And don't even get me started on the label skirt receipt. Just categories, boxes we are thrown into, put her in a friend zone. It's just a version of what it once was, like a headline, a BuzzFeed, list of things you should feel, but never really do. Love doesn't age.
It's found in moments, in memories, in the spaces between us.
If it's a Shakespeare sonnet or a snap,
a vinyl record or a Spotify track.
Is our generation just lazy with love?
Thank you.
Our third poem of the afternoon is Wildflower by Nadia McHenry.
This is Wildflowers. I am the wild child. I do what I want. I grow where I'm planted. I learned from my sister with big eager eyes. We bloomed together and blossomed apart. She moved away, far where the ocean meets the west. She's the protector, I'm the leader. I do what I want, I make my own paths like wildflowers do. Like how they walk in the wind to their own song. I imagine every flower dances to their own theme song, dancing like nobody's watching. Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching. Nobody is watching. Nobody cares about wildflowers. They care about roses, 12 perfectly pretty roses all in a bunch. A perfect bouquet tied with a silk ribbon. But I'm a wildflower, tied with a small string of twine. I am imperfect, I don't fit in with the rest. I don't follow others, I don't beg for attention. I'm not like the perfectly pretty red roses, but I have thorns that cut me. The truth hurts when it's sharp. I am an imperfect yet still beautiful wildflower. They are all different. They can grow apart and come back together. Yet they are all beautifully different and wild. They all have their own song, their own paths. They are all their own year. I am a wildflower, young, wild, and free.
Our next poem is Imagining for the Movie That Never Ends by Elliot Rickman.
My name is Elliot Raymond, and my poem is titled Imagining for the Movie That Never Ends. My mind works like a movie, frame by frame, playing out what could have been, what could be. Endlessly rehearsing scenes that never touch the screen. Imagine what it would be like to hold you, to not let go. Stuck in my head, caught in the loop, where the plot twists aren't real, but they feel too damn real. Where love never fades, and the pain of goodbye never lands. I'm stuck on repeat, every version of us, every imagined life where you stayed, where we stayed, where no one gets hurt, where every fight is just a silly misunderstanding and not the breaking point that cracked me open. Where our lives could have been that happy ending, the one you see in the movies. The one I picture, frame by frame, the version of us that doesn't end in tears. But see, life doesn't follow the script, and every ending I picture, it always loops back, refuses to play out the way I want, like I'm stuck in film that never finishes. I run and I run, chasing the credits that never roll, running from the hurt, running from the truth I refuse to see, the things I won't face, that he hurt, that she loved me, that they used me for their own imagination of me. I was never real to them. I was just a thought they could play with, a character they could mold and break until I didn't fit into their world anymore. I'm nothing but a flicker of a dream. Oh, sorry. I'm nothing but a flicker of a dream, a projection of who you want me to be. Who you needed me to be. A face in a crowd, a body in your story, shaped and shifted until I didn't know myself. They all say life is
is what happens outside of your head. But outside, I'm lost. I can't face what the world wants from me. I can't face the roles they cast me in. I was never meant to exist outside of their desires, outside of their fantasies. They all say, a movie, a thought, a fleeting moment, a projection that serves only to entertain, a reflection of their expectations, the one who fades when the credits roll, and I'm left empty, a side character with no arc, a footnote in somebody else's story. I tell myself I could be something else, something fragile, something beautiful, like a leaf, falling and drifting with no purpose beyond being watched, admired and then forgotten, and only to be seen, only to be wanted to fill your movie with meaning, to give you a taste of something real, even if I lose myself in the process. Because the ending I imagine, the one with happy love, the one where I'm whole, it is just that. A happy ending I created in my head. And I turn away from the truth of the main character's tragic fall. I see the happy ending, but I choose to ignore the wreckage awaiting at the end of every story. I planned my life around one person, then another, chasing the illusion of belonging, of fitting in, until they tire of me, until the credits roll again and the cycle starts over, again and again and again. I'm the movie that never ends, the reel that keeps spinning, the dream that never dies, a story written only in my mind, forever unwritten, forever unspoken, stuck, frozen, burned in my mind.
Our next poem of the afternoon, The Lamb Who Saved All.
Hello, my name is Devin Colazo, and my poem is The Lamb Who Saved All, written by King. Jesus Christ was our lamb slain, the holy servant that took our pain. A man of great wisdom who did not complain when railroad nails were stabbed in his vein. He was peaceful and holy, a man filled with grace. He was God the man who took sin in our place. He let his blood spill on the cross of disgrace to cure us humans with sin in our race. Our sins were so vulgar, of murder and lies. We betrayed our own God in his loving eyes. Our sins made us hate and made us despise our brothers and sisters who cared for our cries. There's a chance to repent, like young Jesus said. You shouldn't be hidden or stuck in your dread. Instead you shall lay on your heavenly bed to rest all your worries and stress in your head. Push away Satan, for your soul is weak. Temptation and sin is what he do speak. Pecking your soul with his lusting beak, for it is your soul that he will seek. Satan's a scammer. He is scum and he lied. And he and his angels did what God despised. He spoke of the fruit, and the humans he tied, and killed the great garden by making it dry. Jesus' death on the cross was nothing to tease. For his death wasn't quick, like a cough or a sneeze. His death was our pain, to take our disease. So hear of his pain, let us speak to you, please. The fear in his heart made his sweat turn to blood, as he prayed to his Father in the garden of mud. The time of his death was his hour of the head, a choice by the people he had killed and made fed. The court was more rigged by the people of lies. They persuaded the people and mud in their eyes to convince him he's fake and be death where he lies. So death was the judge that came from their cries. Before his last breath, there was mocking and pain from the great hearts of Rome that tried to maintain a show for the people who watched in a chain as he was beaten by hand and a rock to his brain. Through stabs in his back by whip-filled spikes, he carried a cross on his last mountain hike. This cross was so heavy, about 200 pounds, while walking barefoot on the cold rocky ground. Hanging up on the cross, he was mocked with a crown of thorns in his head and blood dripping down. Every breath he would take towards back by the wood, as the guards delayed death for as long as they could. That night he had died, right after his word. The words of great wisdom and God's love unblurred. Yeah, God heard his voice, because his pain was absurd. So the holy man's voice has not God's song. Now Satan was stomped like an ant on a shoe, for his reign is now crushed by this one certain Jew. The sin he made spread was a whole filled canoe when Jesus Christ died and rose to anew. When the church splits the earth, Jesus Christ will come back. But those trials and pains, our faith must not crack. For the kingdom is holy, no darkness of black. His heaven's not lowly, there's nothing you'll lack. Faith is the only thing you'll need to get in the holy mustard seed. Jesus' true love's in a book indeed, the Bible, I say, is what you should read. He has infinite aura and all-seeing sight, the power to ruin and kill all in spite. He chose he would suffer and die on that night, for Jesus himself is the truth and the light. Thank you.
Next up we have Life Seasons by James Warren.
I ponder this world full of wonder. What season are we in? What season could we be? Are we old? Are we bold? Are our hearts cold? Are our minds sold? I think of childhood as a season of spring, a time to learn and let life grow anew, a time to let knowledge be something we pursue. Humans are much like a rose in the heart of spring, starting to bloom within themselves. During spring, I tend to wonder about things, about how they move, work, and come anew. As spring comes to a close, everything is finished blooming, growing, and renewing. When the wake of summer enters the fray, this is when a new age comes out to play. I think of summer as our teen to young adult years, a time where we have grown up, a time where we have grown up. This is a time where we become independent, much like a baby bird leaving its mother's nest, to go out and start a nest of its own. During this time is when you get your first job, your first car, choose whether you continue in education or not. This is a time when we break free from the rules of our mothers and fathers to make rules of our own. This is a time where you grow more responsible, more sensible, more conscious, more adult. This is a time where we may find our first love, or a time to enjoy ourselves. By the end of this season, you begin to settle down, much like a tree before autumn's wake. When the wake of autumn comes to our horizons, I see this as middle age headed for old age. This is a time where you tend to find a lover to settle down with, or lack thereof. By this age, you will have a house, a home, a family. By now, you have a job you enjoy, a time to help raise your kids, a time to watch them grow, a time to pick them up when they fall. As this season comes to an end, you begin to slow down and rest like a tree in the dead cold of the winter. By the wake of winter, you have helped your kids grow, and you are now entering your golden years. These years are times to help your kids raise and perhaps spoil their own. This is a time where you tend to ponder your past. Time to recall the memories of your own life. Tell your grandkids stories of your past. Stories of your high school years, military experiences, challenges you overcame, friendships you made, friendships you lost. Teach them about stuff you know, like the time you met the love of your life, the time you made a big mistake, a time you experienced something life-changing. Teach them about stuff, show them relics of your childhood or other periods of your life. This is a season where you have retired, where you are left to relax and remember the days of your work. The ones that were hard, the ones that were fun, the ones that were good, the ones that were bad. This season is the last you will walk alongside the earth's glamorous coast, the last you will walk alongside the vast blues of the earth. Dense forests, breathtaking mountains, hustling and bustling towns, cities, villages. These are the last times you'll bask in the rays of the sun's welcoming embrace, and sleep in the moon's calming stare. By the end of this season, death has come to welcome you home. By the hour, death welcomes you. The spring of a new generation has begun. So I leave you with one simple question for you to ponder, for you to wonder, for you to ask others, what season are you in? What season are you in?
Our next poem is Poetry Sucks by Brady Strong.
My name is Brandon Rogers, and this is my poem called Poetry Sucks. Poetry is useless to our society. There's so many different forms of entertainment that are way better. When I read poetry, I feel like a wet sweater. The time that we could have used doing something actually useful instead of writing poetry is awful to think about. When I read poetry, I'm full of doubt. Poetry should be exiled from being any form of literature. Why we read poetry, I am unsure. The school system should teach us useful lessons that we'll actually use in life. Things we can do with poetry that would be useful are learning to keep ourselves warm when it's cold. There is no reason for poetry to be so cold. Poetry makes my brain go boom. When there's poetry, I want to leave the room. This has been my poem on why poetry sucks.
Is Enough by Ethan Zander. Hello, my name is Ethan Zander, and this is my poem, Enough. They build a mold for everyone, and everyone can fit. Except for me, it's just too tight. They tell me I should quit. They say it's not too hard, you know, to squeeze your way right through. They say, now there's a problem here, but is it me or you? They say you need to try harder. They say you just aren't tough. They say you just can't handle this. They say you're not enough. I am enough. Yet still they try to knock me down, try changing who I am. They try to fix me, as they say, to make me more like them. They punch, they kick, they yell at me, they throw a raging fit. They stop at nothing, think they're right, they're all so full of passion. I am enough. A billion trillion times before they tried to make me theirs. They tell me to be more like them, but is it really fair? They want me to be normal. Can normal be defined? If you can't accept who I am, the problem isn't mine. So go ahead and lock me up and throw away the key. I don't need you to understand me. I just need to understand me. I know me. I am enough. Our next poem is Learn, Grow, Repeat by Lucy Jones.
Grow up, they say, but growing up is hard. Not only growing up, but showing up. Not only showing up, but stepping up. Growing up makes you want to grow up. Nobody tells you that middle school changes you. Not only middle school, but high school too. When you get to a certain age, you realize life is hard. And then you start to realize you're not the little girl that thought doing math with your dad was hard. And don't get me wrong, it still is, but life is harder. Life is bigger, so much bigger. Stepping up. Life's bigger than Rapunzel and Cinderella. After life changes from princesses to guys, the world keeps getting bigger. I don't know what's on the other side, guys. I hope it's better than this. The little girl then grew up. She was a girl in a big world with her hair on a curl to impress a guy. She tries over and over and over to get his attention. Finally, she gets it. She does it for almost 10 months. Then her world breaks. Now all she watches is people make cakes and eat ice cream to be on it. The little girl's life got harder. When the little girl with bangs and a smile that goes ear to ear, here's what she couldn't have had to cheese tart, showing up. Then you age, and you're expected to do one thing and having to engage. With people you don't want to, but you know you have to. You start to feel guilty. You see that the little girl is struggling. You want to tell her it's okay, but you never know if it's okay. And it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be. That's why life is hard. So learn to know the future. Growing up is hard. Going through life is to learn, and every day is one of them. But life changes when you start to see that smiling is harder. You start to feel more sad rather than happy. You start to shut yourself down. But that little girl will always be in you. And life is hard, as I've said that many times, but it's true. You cry, you scream, you laugh, and in the aftermath, all you have is that little girl. Take a moment and remember her. Remember that little girl. She's learning too. She's the one who needs you. So never give up on that little girl, because if you shut her out, you shut yourself out.
Our next poem is My Ex-Baby by Shania Williams.
My drug was him, that was my addiction. He could do me the worst way, and I would take it as a drug, like a plague. Fighting my battles at night, praying me and me to right, while crying into my eyes and holding it tight. If you knew the times I cried, all the nights I cried, it felt like November 13th, our relationship died. See, I lost friends behind him, I lost myself behind him, I lost weight behind him. Anything I did depended on his mood. When he was mad, I thought maybe I was just being rude. I lost myself in so many ways, trying to change. I prayed over him, which was a little strange. When I prayed over him, he somehow knew when to text. It was like a prayer I sent over him, making him think of me next. He's not a playwriting boy, he was my sweet boy. The one I ran to when my life was unstable. It felt like peace when my life wasn't at ease. I want to raise the thoughts and rewind all my time. I want to go back in time where our love was like it was older and I'm crying. What about the plans we had, the names we made for our kids, the marriage plan? What about the big house we wanted to run away to? Not everything was how it made it seem. We had fights, we were both toxic, but we both knew we had love for each other. It felt like when we wouldn't talk, my heart missed a beat. It felt like when we didn't talk, I had no appetite to eat, I just wanted to sleep. How do I tell you I still care when I spoke in a situation? Was you aware if you didn't care? Things hurt, but losing you was my trigger. Hearing your name was my trigger. 10-13, a date I have to erase. 10-13, I will erase.
All right, our next poem is In My Room by Sidney Boswell.
Hi, my name is Sidney Boswell, and this is my poem, In My Room. Lonely, but not alone, alone, but not lonely. I sit in my room watching a movie, nobody to talk to, but I'm not moody. In a room full of people, alone with my thoughts, I am silent, but I listen to the laughter, there is lots. I exchange greetings in the hallway, those simple gestures make my day. I am happy, for I have nothing to complain about, but being alone causes self-doubt. I know there's nothing wrong with me, but there's gotta be, because, seriously? I know plenty of people, but nobody is mine, but once again, trust me, I'm fine. I sometimes feel envy of people who are friendly. I do sometimes feel lonely, but no way, I'm not alone. I am surrounded by others, but I just sit on my phone. I have nothing to complain about, I have a happy family, but sometimes that's not enough for me. Sometimes I'm alone, but no, I'm not lonely. Truly, I am content with myself. I enjoy my own company. I make myself laugh so hard that I cry. Maybe I should talk to others, but I don't want to try. Just wait, my mom says. There's someone out there for you. I don't need anyone, though. I'm not feeling blue. Because I know my loyalty and my trust for myself is true. My bed like a cloud, my room so cozy. I don't like talking, it makes my cheeks turn rosy. Like a star up in the sky, watching from far away, because in my room is where I stay. Waking up for school, nobody to impress but myself, and I know my own company is a form of wealth.
Walking down the hallway, headphones in my ears, walking past all my peers. Middle school is rough, people would say, but day by day it all feels the same. I learned lots about myself being isolated, but my feelings don't need to be weighted. My head starts to spiral, comparing myself to those who are viral. Quarantine is hard, nobody to see. Once again, my best friend is me. I know I stay with myself while my books change on the shelf. I'm with me when the sun changes to snow. I know everything about myself that I need to know. With myself when the snow changes to sun, when the summer days are back to fun. As the seasons change, one thing stays the same. I am not lonely or alone. Take my word, I am tame.
The Consequences for Their Actions by Ryan Tevin.
My name is Ryan Tevin, and I'm presenting The Consequences for Their Actions. Our world is failing. Our world is failing because we treat it with ferocity, yet our world still gives us its deeds of generosity. We slowly hack away at its lungs. We allow the waters to turn from a clean blue to an acidic green. The tempest sweeping as these waters turn green, the floral life changes to a pale gray. The tempests grow stronger as the frozen wastelands melt. We see huge outbreaks of bacteria and viruses. Our world is failing. We suffer the consequences of the greed of our precursors, and we as a society still allow ourselves to grow closer to an unstoppable Armageddon. The individuals in charge refuse to do anything about the death blow we've dealt to our world. They refuse to make changes since they don't benefit from it. They rise to the ranks and leave the less fortunate to fight for scraps. It's a shattered system, and it's unrepairable. We are smart yet naive. We have the ability to speak, yet we don't. We have the ability to seek knowledge, but we lack the ability to turn it into wisdom. Our world is failing. We live in a world where up is down. We live in a world where silencing one another is acceptable. We live in a world where we constantly attempt to attain the unattainable. We live in a world of someone else's vision of utopia. Their utopia is our dystopia. This dystopia forces fake faces and stitched smiles. This dystopia forces us to have sewn eyes. Our world is failing. Our predecessors refused to make a new system, so now we suffer from their actions. They find truth in their lies, they manipulate, they cause us to regress, they degrade us, they treat us as lesser, they don't listen to our observations, and they try to take our voice. We are desperate to be seen, and yet we don't appear when they open their eyes. Our world is failing. We come from a world that suffers from neglect. We must find our own vision. We must forge our own path. We need unity in these divided times. We hold fate in our hands. We can't say we didn't have a chance. We are not voiceless. We are not helpless. We are not hopeless. Our world is failing. We are our world's last remaining bastion. We have to decide whether to make a stand or let our world fall. The choice is ours.
Our next poem is Amici by Xander Garces and Jason Graham.
My name is Jason,
I'm Xander.
and this is our poem, Amici,
Or friends. Hello.
Conceal.
Hater.
Two people, same emotion.
One new.
Another familiar,
One dispersed.
another found.
Two people,
Different beginnings.
beginning to the point in time or space in which something starts.
Flowers bloom, a butterfly hatching. These are true beginnings, not false ones like explore the best.
From Indiana, California to Illinois.
Forfeiture, decadenza, losing everything.
The loss or giving up of something as a penalty for the wrongdoing. Why should anyone have to give up for others' wrongdoings?
Refreshing.
Healing.
Reassuring.
one cautious,
another ambitious,
one suppressed,
another considerate. Friendship.
A person whom one knows, an acquaintance.
Like a dew-filled early morning sunrise, light emits from the dark.
Finding someone you didn't think you needed.
While the branches mixed together,
And their roots entwined.
two people become one. Together,
And apart.
two people, two tendencies,
Comfort.
trust,
Family.
a place to find rest,
A place for embracing.
a fruit of life,
Best friends. Amici Amami. Like a diamond bond that cannot be broken.
someone that always has your back,
Like the moon staying close to the earth.
someone that seems to never leave, even in hardships.
Like that one dad joke you never forget. Someone who can make you laugh through a tough time.
The wonders of a friend that carry on,
One hopeful,
another dedicated, both full.
Next up we have Do You Remember by Emerlyn Noonan, Ella Hatfield, and Sophia Lopresti.
Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm Ella. I'm Ella, and this is Do You Remember?
When was the last time that you drove tight the line?
They play with us toys, but now sit there behind doors, colorless and cold.
Do you remember when it ended, when recess ceased existence?
When the playground was more than just a backdrop. When the wild of your mind came up with more than just that.
When was the first time that you chose your own clothes and when given a choice?
That you had your own money, waste mine, that your opinion differed from the rest of your friends.
But do you know when it started? The meaningful time with your friends?
The independence that came along with age. The joy of being free, just living endlessly. There are some things that do stay, simply changing shape. Like moving your clothespin down in a chart, the same disappointment as studying to just fail.
For the first day of summer break, it is the same feeling, just a different face. It is all kind of the same, just a different nonetheless. Since when? Since when was clothes shopping kind of fun and not another task from mom?
Since when are road trips for us? Weren't they so boring? Are we there yet? Since when was school just another chore? Where did all the fun go?
Why? Why did playing toys become boring and grow old?
How did that continuous color become monotone? Why is growing up so strange? Almost brand new yet still the same way.
2009, May 19th.
June 5th, July 10th.
Do you remember May 19, 2022? A simple number does not feel like a change. To my surprise, it is more than just my age. The feeling is like waves crashing down, rearranging everything, grain of sand. Everything looks the same, no one notices a change. Yet I know very well it is still there. Do you remember?
June 5th, 2020. In my colorful crayon box, shades dance vividly. Each one a unique story from when I was ignorant. What once brought pure joy as a hobby has transformed into a daunting obligation. The repetitive demand of time and energy, a keyboard underneath my fingers clicks sluggishly, each click a struggle. I strive to keep pace with the relentless deadlines that loom ever closer.
Do you remember?
July 10th, 2019. Within a year, childhood rebellion empty. The age gap between siblings grew larger, the disconnect from parents grew farther. Slamming doors and eye holes became normal as the agitation between parties became substantial. No longer was it parents and their child to have a conversation as the two
Birds laugh, realize that neither will be changing. A silent understanding was reached to end this endeavor. The age gap never closed, the disconnect never reconnected. There was no longer a need for rebellion.
The only constant in life is change. Nothing will ever stay the same.
The next poem is Capable Cookie.
Alright, I'm Connor Epic, and this is my poem called Capable Cookie. Chocolate chip, peanut butter, sugar is a flavor out there for everyone, and each flavor has someone, except for one. Oatmeal raisin, always be last. Oatmeal raisin, loved by no one, except for some. Many wonder why oatmeal raisin is still there. With a small fan base, you think it would disappear without a trace. However, it keeps going, and that is due to all the people who enjoy its sweet taste. Keep it close, just treat it like waste. And it may gain future supporters from those who have yet to give it a chance, such as a recent circumstance. It was at a party where this cookie was accepted after a single glance. It was Florian's birthday party. On the counter, there was a tray of standard sweet chewy chocolate chip cookies, a classic among all. However, there sat a tray of chewy, crumbly cookies, unfamiliar to Florian. He stood there, frozen in disbelief. What is this new cookie? Why does it look like that? What do they taste like? He slowly picked up the cookie and took a big, chunky bite. It was the most sweet, moist, and delectable cookie that had ever graced his mouth. Even though he was the pickiest person anyone had ever met, yet he still welcomed this unfamiliar dessert with open arms. Unlike most people, he didn't spit it out in disgust. Unlike most people, he didn't just throw it away and switch it out for the chocolatey chip of delight. Found a new favorite, a new flavor to enjoy. Now the cookie finally gained another person that gives him joy. Oatmeal raisin. You may not taste great to most lives, but when you gain a new enjoyer, they'll stick to you all the time. You may not have much fame to your name, but supporters will love you just the same. You're a capable cookie.
Next up, we have The Journey of Life by Sophia Flores Batista, Stephanie Rodriguez Merritt, and Crystal Ruiz. Oh my goodness. Hand up, I want you all to know that was my fault. That was no one else's fault. That was all my fault. It's the first time I've ever messed up in my life. I can't believe you're all right here to see that. Alright, here we go. Summer's Call by Kayla Delano and Miley Johnson.
You guys want
Okay, hi, my name is Caitlin, and I'm Miley, and our poem is called Summer's Call. Watching the beautiful colors start to fade, the disappearance causes me dismay. Wishing to feel that sweaty beach feeling, but being greeted by that cold winter greeting. I do not feel as though I'm where I need to be. I need to feel that beachy breeze. Wind blows on me, brings me a tear, but during the summer I have no fear. Thinking about the fun memories, but now all I am surrounded is by cold sensories. I do not feel like this is where I belong. I need this time to not be so long. Leaves crunching under my feet as I stomp. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Sipping on my pumpkin spice latte, but I'd rather have my refreshing summer punch. I do not want to feel this lukewarm air. I need to feel the beachy breeze blowing through my hair. Cold burst air chilling my bones, leaving me with all sorts of despair. Even in my home, I feel like a snow cone. Chitter chatter. This snow doesn't matter. All I want is refreshing fruit served on a platter. I do not want to condone this unfortunate weather. I need to feel something other than this sweater weather. Swimming sounds like something better. As rain starts to fall, March is answering its call. Drip drop. Flowers start to bloom. Hopefully this will bring less gloom.
The sun starts to shine and it slowly becomes my favorite time. I do not think spring outweighs summer. I need to feel rays on my light porcelain skin. The flowers have reached their full bloom. Flip flop, flip flop. The water swishing my toes in my sandals. Instead of neutral air, I am happily surprised by this warm affair. My days become heated and the weather stops being untreated. I do not wish to grieve. I finally have that nice summer breeze. Pale skin becomes no more. Waking up no longer feels like a chore. Sun kissed down to the core. The feeling of this amazing sun is all I hoped it would become. Nature's belonging, leaves aren't falling. I finally don't need to spend my nights falling. This is summer's calling.
Our next poem is Journey of Life by Sofia Flores Batista, Stephanie Rodriguez Marin, and Christopher Luis Vegas.
My name is Crystal Luis Villegas. I'm Stephanie Rodriguez Marin, and the title of the poem is called Journey of Life. As we nourish and grow, we gain the constant time. Days are filled with everlasting pride and non-stop lullabies. Where we form and change in our days became new.
Our days feel infinite with endless possibilities. I guess it's true when they say time flies when you're having fun.
With all the childhood memories forming, our free time spent playing. No thoughts, no worries, no hardship. Until the time of day when the sun came down. Something we always dreaded.
Bedtime. The period of time where everything was put on hold. Before you know it, our days are filled with never-ending tasks. No rest, no breaks, no peace.
I reminisce the way life used to be. Back then, time excited me. Goals that are once fresh and new soon became dreams.
Oh, time is our nothing born. Time, so one thing soon can't buy. We took advantage of the passing days until we couldn't compromise.
The pounding sound plays through my mind. Tick tock, tick tock. As we work into our lives, time is set in place.
With no control whatsoever of our fate, as upcoming birthdays approach, candlesticks become countdowns, breaking weeks to celebrate.
Transform into reminders to our near flag. Tick tock, tick tock. The time we had living our lives is a ticking bomb and it explodes. Throughout this period of time, we never truly feel alive.
The fear of growing old, which enter time, sacred time loses its value. Time slowly fades and fades away.
Tick tock, tick tock. Moments that we were once living were now only remember preserved photographs. Every step we can survive to stay alive. Our memories fly away.
Like joyful reminders of our tale, days that were once drowned in noise soon became silent. In the end, we just become another name engraved on a gravestone.
On to our next poem, The Tortoise and the Hare.
That's what was
I'm Danielle. I'm Olivia. I'm Grace.
I'm Mackenzie.
Our poem is called The Tortoise and the Hare. A hare was making fun of the tortoise one day for being so slow, but little did he know he was on his way to make some dough. While the hare was mocking the tortoise, he replied with a challenge in the form of a race away to his living sketch. Going home, the tortoise went to muster up a plan. A brilliant idea arose, eliminating fear.
Mr. Ego, the hare, didn't bother to care. Confident he'd win, he was too boastful in his own skin. He saw it was time for his afternoon snooze, so he laid down with the help of a little boots.
The tortoise had really somewhere in this room. He sold us and became a fellow. He squeezed and squeezed until his fingers were numb. Little did he know he was being very dumb. Twinkle tortoise had his hot work hands and it's hard on him to do.
The news got out about the tortoise, the hare got a chuckle, his belly popped out right above his buckle. Gosh, he thought it was laughter. With that, he studied the cat that which the two would commence the race. Mr. Ego was sure of his benefits. With the hare at the track, the tortoise came back. The hare let out a stalk, the tortoise remained up. He unleashed a punch and made the hare look like a munch.
The hare began to hop, his fists were fast like pops. He couldn't control his anger, so he spat out his banger. Pow, pow, goes the tortoise and the hare. The hare was let loose, but the tortoise didn't care.
race fair. They consulted for the fox to pick outside the box, to judge the race and set it up, to bring the crowd and say stuff.
Everyone arrived, the crowd went wild. The ostentatious human would tortoise sure did get riled. To prep for the race, they gave each other space. They both began to stretch their mats they went to fetch.
Both aligned at the start, the tortoise really had them far. The gunshot blew, the tortoise was through, slowed down by the clench to avoid the stench.
The hare was out of sight. Guess who was right about winning that fight? The tortoise's stomach was in pain. Everything he lose and nothing he gained. He swerved on crack and landed on his back.
His bowels were now empty, the pain he felt cleansing. Meanwhile, the hare was near the end. Not one more thought was given about his old friend. Still a little buzz from his afternoon nap, he lay down on a pile of twigs covered in sap.
The tortoise was able to flip. He was one of very few. He crept onward and had purpose in view. Never looked back, kept moving along the track. Feels the pain, his shell now wielded a new crack. The sun went down and the day grew long. Pushing through, the tortoise got strong.
The police sirens began to chime as the tortoise was about to cross the line. The hare was soon awakened from his deep slumber. He got up and thought, I am going to be a bumbler. The tortoise now cuffs with the red and blue lights. As the hare crossed the line, he knew he was right. You guys thought the tortoise would win. You're wrong. The hare won.
Next up, we have the horrors of school food. I go to
Do you guys want one mic or two?
my name is Joseph.
My name is Mary.
And it's the horrors of school food. It's 7 in the morning, waking up is so boring.
Then the thought of going to school fills me with dread.
I'm hoping this horror dream will end.
But I know there is nothing I can do.
I leave without knowing what's waiting for it is the horrid school food.
The yogurt cannot be hotter.
The eggs are full of water.
You can squeeze them dry.
But you can go try.
But
But it would probably take a few hours.
The breakfast pizza tastes like cardboard.
The donut holder kind of stale.
And my milk is frozen.
I leave the feed hoping my lunch will actually be eaten.
After being served all day, I can't help but crave the sweet sensation of food.
But what I've been told is a story I wish I would not have to be told, as the food is quite a god.
The milk might be sour, just a look makes me cower, and oh, the smell will make me cry in an hour.
Somehow it's so frozen.
But the strawberries that should be are not.
And is my chicken supposed to be pink?
The burgers are flatter than a flat earther's world, and they are flavored just like a brick.
And the pizza, we're looking for 2 hamburgers.
The grapes are soggy.
The apples are dodgy.
Most of the
fruit just straight up sucks.
I'd rather eat sewage than whatever they put in this weird bubbly goo they seem to call mashed potatoes.
Oh my god. I swear something just moved, crawling around on the insides of my spoon. I threw it away, wishing to live another day. This is the food that I served at lunch.
The soup, oh, it smells so sweet, the scent that can only be beat by just about anything else.
Though most of it makes me wish to die, oh, it really does try. Yet the Bosco sticks are quite alright. They're the only good thing.
The least likely food to find a nail or a spring.
I could go on and on, but never stop, though I feel that I must. Just the thought alone makes me want to stop.
Thinking about the thing that looks like its name is the blob. Oh, I cannot speak, or heck shall be bestowed upon me. The thing that comes straight from hell.
Next up is Silence by Max Rock.
Oh shit. I'll be back. Are you good?
Hi, I'm Matt Zarowski, and this is Silenced. I feel silenced. Can't speak my opinion because it might make people mad. I really feel so bad. So I keep it shut up, locked up, deep inside my mind where no one can find. But it hurts to be quiet. I want to speak. I want to share what I think. But my friends might not agree. What if they hate me? What if they call me fake? Would it be too much to take? They talk politics. I stay quiet, because I know I'll be ridiculed if I just say how I feel. They talk bad about someone I like, but I know that speaking up would be like a spike to my already hurting heart. So I shut up. It's worked so far. Few know what I actually think, and those few still like me. They don't try to fight me and make me feel so bad. So I keep with the tactic and leave it locked inside. But it starts to bubble. Like water, I start to boil. Like eyes that begin to pour. It makes me sad when no, not sad, but mad. It makes me mad, and I can't even share how I feel. So I tuck it back in, where no one can see. I keep calm and pretend I'm who they want me to be. But it starts to hurt again. I start to feel again. The pain in my head, my heart begins to pound again. More deep breaths, more turning away, more running from what I cannot say. More deep breaths, more depressing days, more keeping all of my feelings locked up, and I just can't take it anymore. But I have to. I'm so close to breaking free, past the norms, past the storms of hate that comes with the irate. But still, some part of me says I need to stop, to not open up, to just push it down deeper, deeper away from my mind and my mouth. I push it down to my toes and try to go past. I know this feeling will forever last. But I can't do that forever. I need to understand that I am who I am. My opinions do matter, even if they're not the status quo. So, my opinions do matter, even if they're not the status quo. So I will go, and I will share what I think. I won't stop to blink. And I feel free. Thank you.
On to our next poem, Driving Under the Influence by Sophia Feeney, read by Peyton Marie Hunt.
Driving under the influence, where lots of deaths happen. Statistically, teen alcohol use kills 4,700 people each year. Statistically, 29% of people drink on the age of 21. Statistically, 37 people die each day because of drunk drivers. Realistically, 47% of Illinois motor vehicle fatalities involve alcohol. Realistically, everyone who gets stopped or suspected DUI should appeal to violence. I'll be fine to drive instead. I only had a couple drinks yesterday. Police pull over people for a suspected DUI. They ask you a simple field sobriety test or a simple breathalyzer test. But the people who drink don't understand these tests keep roads safe. These people's families don't want to get a call because their family member died. You stop drunk driving. These people don't want to see their family dead because of drunk drivers. You stop drunk driving. Have you ever thought I shouldn't drive if I'm drunk? But the problem is people can't say if they're drunk. They drive after a party go home to a bar. They need designated drivers. By the end of this period, one person has died. By the time you go to bed, 11 people die. Statistically, there have been about 11,000 deaths a year due to impaired driving. Statistically, in 2022, 13,524 people died in alcohol-related accidents. Statistically, that same year, more than 280 children died because of impaired driving. Look to your right. Now look to your left. That person has a chance of getting into a car accident with an impaired driver. Realistically, alcohol is responsible for nearly half of all vehicle crashes for a teen scale.
That number is 46%. Realistically, 1% of drunk drivers are in car crashes. Realistically, 14% of child traffic fatalities, 181 deaths were caused by alcohol-related accidents. Now that you know these statistics, are you going to think I shouldn't drink tonight, or are you going to help the community? You can help the community by not drinking while driving. You're not driving after going to a bar or party.
Next up is our media. Can I hear it up there?
My name's Harry, and my home is our media. Every morning, you wake up with the world at your side, with an endless amount of info stacked with envy and with pride. Can you refrain from being entranced by the screen in the morning? Do you lose a part of yourself in a lifestyle without warning? The media shapes us as humanity without even providing a sense of tranquility. With billions of fingers scrolling endlessly as the eyes dart at the screen relentlessly. Every like, follow, and share is a way of communicating without caution and care. How different would the world be if we weren't influenced by this little screen? Would we take care of the earth now fully understanding its worth? Is it possible that this way of life can be permanently reversed? Now I tell you this, as it's important to self-reflect, to look in the mirror and ask yourself direct, is this what I myself want to be, or can I make this better by setting myself free? I too am a victim of this little screen on a prison. It took me long to realize, and the lesson took me by surprise. Everyone is different with needs for different things, but no one needs to analyze the endless social load. Feeling the hot screen, there's us, the users, who put in the effort to not look like losers. We shape who we are to make us look like a star. And this is why we cannot resist comparing ourselves to a life that doesn't exist. Who are we to think that life has no flaws? Would there be no rules, no regulations, no laws? They have a balanced diet. They work out every day. There's no point in going into a riot to match the influencer who doesn't do the same. Scroll after scroll, we fall in deeper, into an abyss where the algorithm is the keeper. Find what's best for you. Try and endeavor to stay out of the trap in which everything is forever. Thank you.
I have always wanted to be a mom by Tegan Taitan.
My name's Tegan, and my poem is called I've Always Wanted to Be a Mom. I've always wanted to be a mom. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted 2 kids. A daughter and a son, with a picket fence surrounding our old house. I've always wanted to be a mom. I learned how to do hair in my doll so I could do my future daughter. I've watching my son play with cars has always been something I strive for. I've always wanted to be a mom, but I've watched my brother holding his emotions. I've always wanted to be a mom, but I've watched my male friends suffer in silence. I've always wanted to be a mom, but I've grown up here in the 30 stranger picture. I've always wanted to be a mom, but I'm cooped up inside for my safety. I've always wanted to be a mom, but I don't want to tell my daughter about the firefighter. I've always wanted to be a mom, but I don't want to tell my daughter to wash her back and walk me home from school. I've always wanted to be a mom, but I don't want to teach my daughter what to do with being catcalled. I've always wanted to be a mom, but I don't want to watch my daughter be treated like a dog. I've always wanted to be a mom, but raising a baby girl in this world is overwhelming. I've always wanted to be a mom, but the society we live in is not made for kids. I've always wanted to be a mom, not in this world. Thank you.
All right, next up, we have Ronnie James.
next LeBron, the prince, next up king. Now the prince, soon the king. He follows his father's shadow. He then strides ahead. The legacy flows through his veins.
Diamond on siege, you're so prestige. Showing your talent with skill so rare, your spotlights so bright with glare. Michael Jordan is the best. Bronny's too, he takes no rest. Bronny's always in the lab, he's really about to be so fab. Running up and down the court, truly is the best at his sport.
With every dribble, every shot, he shows the world what he's got. Sure, right now he's in the G League, but give him time, soon the big league. Running up and, easy to see he's really on track.
Every minute played in game really has extended his fame. G League poster got him hot, left his opponent there to rot. All his hard work and drive really has caused him to thrive. His bright flame in his game really has brought him so much fame. Driving all the way to the rim, guaranteed to get the big win. Number 9, my victorious king, I pray you receive the glorious ring. Thank you.
Together is not always better, by Jennifer Mendez.
Between the war and on the wilderness, I remember the days where we were all together. Feels like it was years ago. Waking up to the sound of both mom and dad in the kitchen slowly faded away. As a new reality starts to set in, never thinking of your single parents in the same nervous heart. You feel like you have to pick one without trying to hurt the other. You can always hear people talking about when you would have 2 birthdays and holidays, but it's not fun in the end when you take one parent to spend that day with. They will be mad no matter who you decide to spend the day with. Sometimes you just have to remind them that you want to spend time with them, but there's only one of you. You can always hear tell your mom things about your dad back. You're their own personal messenger. You can always see the pain in their eyes when they have to be left alone. They wish that you would only stay with them, being yelled at for being without their dad. Whether there's a fight, the first thing they will say is if you don't like it here, go with your dad and go with your mom. It's words that are very deep that you don't want to go with your parents. All the fights always end in the middle. You're never able to make more parents happy. You always do something wrong. Wish you had to go back in time where everyone was together, but that family is no longer here. Always thinking of how good life was when we were together, but you always forget all the fights that happened. Siblings that were once close are torn apart. That connection that was once there is gone. Parents should never have to bring their kids into the fight. It's a thing that they cause that they don't understand. You can see it in their face that it hurt, but they are to focus trying to be the most like. Their relationship was already breaking before it became something. In the end, who is God, who is telling the truth, push their trust in them. It's something I wish people didn't have to go through. Yes, it's tough on the parents, but it's the kids that get hurt the most by the end of it. It's harder on the kid once you see your parents have to fall for someone else. You wish that you could get them together, but that can't happen. Sometimes you'll show hatred towards your partner, but you have to realize that your parents may not have ended up together, but they still deserve to be happy. Even if it's not together, there's no need to be angry at someone that's only trying to make your parents happy. Even if you have to pretend with a smile on your face and try to welcome them into your life. Things don't always work out, but you just have to remember, even if your parents are together, people will care about you. Try their best to make you happy. It's nice to remember the good memories you had with your family, but there's a point where you have to start making new ones. The love your parents once had will always be there, no matter who's not there.
We have one final poem for today. Nature's Last Call by MCHS.
Yeah, that was not
My name's Axel.
Ellie.
And I'm Leah, and this is Nature's Last Call.
Global warming.
As every year we celebrate passes, the average climate in the world rises, while the ice caps keep on diving. The summers get harder year by year, while the winters are barely here.
Floods. The earth once firm, now soft and wet, a ruthless tide, no mercy met. The fields that were once green and the streets once known are now vanished, drowned, and overthrown.
Tornadoes. Whirling winds of chaos, nature's fiercest weapon. Tornadoes twist and turn freely, destroying anything that gets in its way. Nothing can really hide from its path. The earth is showing how destructive it can get.
Desertification.
In a land now empty space, it was once a green, lush place. As rivers dry and animals fight for water, it seems as if the earth can't get hotter. Species fade away, their stories left untold. No one knows what the future may hold.
Wildfires. A sparking night, the flames begin. The trees once tall, now cracked and thin. The flames consume as homes are lost, a bitter price, no matter the cost. Destruction lingers, loss and pain, yet in the end, the scars remain.
Hurricanes. Roaring waves of fury, carving paths through the land. Wind howling like a ghost, but in the eye, it's like you got lost. Nothing but calmness, but it doesn't last forever. Until the end of the eye reaches you again.
Melting ice and rising seas.
Glaciers melt and oceans rise. Why can't people open their eyes? Cities sink and people fear. How long will the coast be here? Water warms and ice caps shrink. It seems it will all change in a blink.
Polar bears.
Cute and cuddly is what they appear to be, but do you think of that when they're drowning in the sea? Ice melting, killing them all, what would you do if you were the one to fall?
Elephants and rhinos.
These majestic giants grow, yet their shadows start to grow. Elephants and rhinos, their numbers start to plummet. Irate hornets begin to greedy, but these endangered species are echoing for freedom. Through the poachers, we need to listen for these echoes in order to save their legacies.
Plastic pollution. Beneath the waves there lies a silent cry, plastic floating, passing, drifting by. Each piece of plastic, strong and weak, deep being tangled, followed by a neck and a beak. Animals are dying and the ocean can't mend, this plastic curse will never end.
Oil spills.
Oil spills that suffocate marine life waste no minute of the day to attack with all their toxins as they attempt to swim away.
Sea turtles. From the sandy beach where their story begins to the vast blue ocean where plastic wins. Nets and wires posing threats. How can we make up for our debts? They suffer from our mistakes. We need to realize the stakes.
Invasive species. What once was wild now fights to stay. The strangers steal the life day. With no invitation and no consent, they come and they conquer with strong intent. They take what's native with no reason why, but we hold the power if only we try.
Coral reefs. As color fades and plants wither, animals try to hang on by a tether. Once a kaleidoscope of colors so bright, now a dying place that strikes bright. The reef gives its crying plea in an attempt to save life in the sea.
Greenhouse gases.
Cars flying by and humans seems to care. How should we go on when there's pollutants in the air? Killing our atmosphere minute by minute, the same people that celebrate Earth Day are all considered a hypocrite.
With every action, big or small, we can answer nature's last call.
Our incredible slam poetry champion alum, Lily Coster, would like to perform one of her poems. Here we go.
So this is a lunch session. It's kind of a short poem. So I sat in lunch attention. I know I skipped class, and I know I really shouldn't have. Why does it be rubbed in my face? Because I promise, I'm not some late winner's a terrible kid. I'm trying. And when I'm sat in lunch attention, staring at rather aggressive posters, saying how I'm nothing without directly saying it, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel better and get better. When I'm walked down to lunch by a security guard who I can tell doesn't like me, thinks nothing of me. I know my mom is mad, and I know I'm disappointed in her, and I'm trying to stop panicking. But every other sign in this room is about my failure, and how I'm somehow a failure for skipping one class.
All right, thank you, Lily. All right, are you ready? Sit up. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go crowd favorite first, and then we'll go 3, 2, 1. Is that good with you? Yeah. You don't have a choice. I was going to do that anyway. All right. Your 2025 Upper Campus Slam Poetry Crowd favorite is Brian James. LeBron is my GOAT. LeBron is my GOAT. I know a lot of people say Michael Jordan. I'm sorry. LeBron is my GOAT. Alright. Here we go. Next turn. Miss Jackson, you are also the GOAT. I'm sorry. Alright. Let's get into it. Yay. In third place. Enough by Ethan Sanders.
Literally going the way of the camel.
In second place. Nature's last one. Here we go. The winner of your Upper Campus Slam Poetry Champion. All right, here we go. Your champion is Miss Ross. Hey, really quick, I need two things. First, can we congratulate these incredible poets? Hey, can we give it up for our incredible sophomore English staff that helped prepare you guys?